it's Saturday. This means it's time for a piece of Ask. Yes, Ask Us Back Saturday. This Saturday, the questions are from YouTuber Communist Manifesto and YouTuber Cat M. Neither make videos, but I'll link their channel below. This is a particularly wide shot, but I hear that's how you like it. YouTuber Communist Manifesto asks, "Hey Ted, love your work. I was curious if you're fan of Breaking Bad, and if so, what's your opinion of Walter Jr.? Do you feel like he's a good representation of what living with CP is like? I look at Breaking Bad the way I look at strangling people with rope. Good, and definitely does the trick, but not a scratch on the wire. Well, I know a lot of things were made about Skyler's part and what that says to how women were presented in the show. Well, personally, I just read Skyler as a manipulative character. I didn't particularly like the character, but I thought she was very good at what she did. I didn't get the criticism, but as for how the show presents Walter Jr., a guy with cerebral palsy, I was very pleased with that. Paradoxically, what I like the most about how the show represented Walter Jr. CP is it was never a big thing, not all in the eyes of the show or even Walter Jr.'s character himself. Like, the show was mainly about one man, Walter White, and in setting up his character, one of the minor details was he had 2 children. One is a teenager who happens to have cerebral palsy, and I really liked the show for that. I remember buying the first season for my dad several Christmases ago and saying, "Hey, this is about the middle class guy in the 50s with a son with cerebral palsy. It could be you, haha." Obviously we laughed, but in a way that's kind of true. Walter White could be anyone, and I think having a son with cerebral palsy really helped that part of the narrative. Incidentally, don't quote me on this, but I heard somewhere that Walter Jr.'s character's cerebral palsy is actually a bit more severe than R.J. Mitch. So R.J. Mitch, before playing Walter Jr., used to stay up and drink lots of coffee just to get him extra twitchy. I'm pretty sure RJ has a form of spasticity which usually doesn't involve a lot of the twitchiness my type of CP does involve. So obviously that's where the coffee came in handy. And now Cat M asked, who's your biggest role model? See, that one was easier to get into short. Jesus, of course. I mean, isn't it obvious I bear the Lord in every word I speak? Sorry, who's the other one that came down from heaven everyone should follow and kind of created a new movement and definitely influenced what led to the idea of Nirvana? Oh yeah, Neil Young, that's it. But I should have really said Buddha, not Jesus, to make the Nirvana joke work. But what you gonna do? Though yeah, apart from his music, which obviously I love, except for the few occasions when he almost deliberately throws out the dart just to keep us on your hard toes. I guess what I love about him like that is desire to go his own way and be no one's slave. Say fuck you to the system, and that really influences me. Okay, admittedly, some of his decisions often seem fucking bonkers, like his the most successful album, Harvest, of 1972. Everyone knows that album, kind of laid back, pedestrian, easygoing, country-ish folk. For ages and ages, everyone was begging him for follow-up, and finally he gives us a follow-up, but just after his 3 albums in the turn of the 90s that announce him the godfather of grunge. Like, what the fuck? Yes, Neil, we did want to Harvest follow-up, but not now you're kicking us with 10-foot amplifier stacks. What the fuck are you doing? His approach to playing guitar is just about the same. It's just like nothing else. In many ways it's technically appalling, but that's what makes it so fucking good. It's like he has a habit of playing the same note, say 20 times in a row in the middle of a solo, because that's what his soul is telling him to do. Fuck knows why, but listening to the note 20 times in a row is somehow far more creative and far more rewarding than listening to, say, Eric Clapton playing 50 different notes in a technically perfect order. So yeah, to use his own words, the great man taught me one thing: don't be denied. Don't be denied. Don't be denied. Don't be denied. Oh, sorry, but yeah, let's ask Spike Saturday for this week. Please comment questions for following weeks. Thank you.